the city?
3 months. No.
3 months. Okay.
No, I would say it's a long weekend, like 3 nights, 4 nights would be convenient. To see the major sites, and then you have to come back, of course, because the city changes very fast. To be updated, you have to come again and again and again.
What would be the best time of year to visit?
I prefer summer because everything is outside, and we have a lot of beach bars, restaurants outside. You can even take dancing classes outside. We have movie theater, a lot of things outside, and the Berliners and our visitors love to be outside. It's not too hot, but it's very, very nice and calm.
Ask you what would be the ideal length of time to spend in the city. So if you say you got 7 nights, what would you see if you stayed for 7 nights?
I would highly recommend to do a trip on a boat, and there are boats which do a circle around the city center, and you see that Berlin is very, very green, full of parks and lakes and rivers and woods. And I would highly recommend to go by bicycle. Almost 20% of our traffic is made by bicycle. You have a very easy access to cycle to the city, so you can see all the major sites. Like, first of all, to go to the Brandenburg Gate, because it's our main landmark, and it is the place, a symbol for the division and the reunification of our city. The governmental district is very interesting in terms of architecture. We have a museum island with 5 museums, very, very interesting. For example, the Nefertiti. If you want to visit the most beautiful woman from Berlin, you have to go to the new museum to visit Nefertiti. But we also have a lot of possibilities to shop, and of course nightlife and cultural life, entertainment, modern entertainment.
We've only touched briefly what Berlin has to offer. Where can we find out more about Berlin?
There is a very good website, visitberlin.com. There are a lot of tips. There is, for people who like blogs, a really nice blog where you can get insider tips, what you can do in Berlin, what you can find in Berlin. You also can the Berlin welcome card there, and there's event calendar as well. Okay,
thanks, Christian. Thanks for your time.
Yeah, thank you for choosing Berlin for your show.
Hello, it's Roy. Yeah, we're on the ferry. We should be in Spain tomorrow afternoon.
Well, be careful. Lots of crooks on the roads out here.
Crooks? You know where I grew up.
This is different. They target British registered vehicles.
Yeah, they used to do that round my way.
I'm serious. They'll tell you there's something wrong with your car, so you pull over, then they rob you. Or they distract you at a motorway stop. They target hire cars, too.
Hire cars?
Yeah, well, they're driven by tourists.
Oh, OK, I'll watch out.
Good. So, looking forward to the drive down?
Yeah, well, I was.
Thieves in Spain have been targeting hire cars and UK-registered vehicles, so be extra careful on the roads. For details, visit gov.uk and search for Living in Spain.
You can follow me on Twitter @holiday_hut. Volunteering holidays becoming more and more popular. One of my best ever holidays was a volunteering holiday in Namibia. Stayed at an animal sanctuary for 2 weeks, working with cheetahs, leopards, lions, meerkats. The meerkats are the most vicious out of all of it. That and the baboons. Me and the baboons had an understanding after week 1. I don't like them, they don't like me, so we didn't bother each other. But still had fun attacking other people. So to find out about volunteering holidays, I had Hannah from the Great Projects on to talk about what the Great Projects offer as a holiday and to talk about volunteering in general. Hannah, what is a volunteering holiday?
A volunteering holiday is, I would say, a holiday with a difference. It gives you the chance to kind of get involved with the local community and the traditions, whilst also helping out at the same time. So here at the Great Projects, we offer volunteering projects with animals in various locations around the world. And our volunteers know that they're not only just contributing their time, but there's also a donation a monetary donation to the projects that they're going on as well. So it's kind of continuing the cause as well.
Okay, isn't it just for gap year students and pensioners?
No, not at all. We actually have such a wide range of ages go on our trips, from anyone from the age of 18 all the way up to like in their 70s, and all the ages included. We have kind of like, because we can offer trips on like 8 days up to like 3 months, so it kind of works for people who only have a short amount of time if it's a career break, and it also works for people who are like students or retirees. So it's it kind of works across the board.
You said the Great Projects does animal projects, but are there those for people who want to help people and communities?
Well, our main focus is working with animals. However, some of our projects do have kind of a community element to them. And a massive aim of our project is human-animal conflict. So we've like a project in Namibia with desert elephants, and also a project in Sri Lanka with elephants. And that's quite a big human-elephant conflict, quite a big issue. And we've also got a project in Uganda with gorillas, which addresses that issue as well.
Elephants and gorillas are both on my bucket list, so I'll talk to you afterwards.
Well, you know where to go.
Yeah. Do you need any specific knowledge before you're accepted onto a project?
No, anyone can really join our project. You don't need any previous experience or qualifications, and we just want people to be enthusiastic and passionate about where they're going and what they're doing.
Can it be dangerous?
Well, on our project we work with local staff and facilitators who have knowledge and experience of the area, and their biggest concern is the safety of our volunteers. Obviously, with any travel, we suggest that our volunteers research the country they're travelling to beforehand, so they've got a bit of knowledge themselves as well.
You are working with animals, so you probably need some decent travel insurance. I can't see that the free insurance you get with your credit card or banks is going to cover you. Do you offer any assistance with that?
Yeah, well, we are aware that there are a lot of insurance companies that kind of get a bit worried when you say you're volunteering or working with animals. So in response to this, we actually teamed up with Ensley Insurance, and we offer bespoke insurance for our volunteers. So we have 2 levels. There's just standard insurance, and also an insurance that has a kind of additional clause for working with animals. And we kind of checked that everything covered in those insurance policies covers you for what you're doing on our projects.
That's good, because when I did it a few years ago, getting insurance was really difficult. The company I went through wasn't really that helpful, so you can really help.
Yeah, a lot of companies just don't quite understand the whole concept of volunteering. So yeah, we've kind of make it a bit easier for our volunteers, and a lot of people do notice that we have it, and like add it on when they've booked as well.
Right. Some people might say that these projects cause more problems than they solve, with projects hindered by unskilled workers and animals exploited to ensure there's always enough orphaned or cute animals around to keep volunteers interested. Do you investigate that sort of thing?
Well, obviously we are aware that there are problems in the industry for that reason. Unfortunately, that is just a case. The Great Projects, we vet all our projects in advance, so we make sure that they kind of work with our ethos as well. A lot of them are located within rehabilitation centres where the capacity for release of animals is very high. For example, our project that we offer in Namibia has released over 100 carnivores since it started. So
they do good.
Yeah.
What research should a traveller undertake when looking at a volunteering trip?
Personally, I would say it's always important to research where you're going and what the project is itself, so you've got a good knowledge of that before you arrive. It's also good to obviously to research the volunteering company and what they're offering you. So we always make sure that we don't really have any fine print. Everything is you can find it all on our website. Everything that's included in the prices is there in black and white, and we try and include as much as we can, so there's not too much that our volunteers have to add on after they've booked with us.
I went on a volunteer trip 3 years ago, but there seems to be much more variety now. Is it a growth industry?
Definitely. It seems like a lot more people are looking into volunteering and kind of travelling with a responsible side to it. And also there's so much more available online that gives people the opportunity to do the research themselves and see what's out there. Which is it's just brilliant that more people want to do volunteering as their holidays.
We mentioned your company name a few times already, but who are the Great Projects?
We're a small team, and we're very dedicated to the cause, and we're all well travelled, and we're passionate about delivering responsible volunteer trips, whilst also giving our volunteers the best customer care possible.
You're not a member of ABTA, but you're a member of the Travel Trust Association. Can you explain how that protects the clients, please?
The Travel Trust Association, we're with that, we call it TTA. It bonds volunteers money when they make a payment to us at the Great Projects to ensure that their money is safe and protected from any unexpected situation or circumstance before they travel. So, for example, if a project is cancelled or can't run for any fault of ours, then the volunteer will receive a full refund.
I've seen on your website you've won a few awards. What are they for?
The Great Orangutan Project has won 2 Responsible Travel Awards, and we've actually been shortlisted for the Best for Responsible Wildlife Experience at the Responsible Travel Awards 2013, which is really exciting. And our Gorilla Project was also listed on the Guardian Green Travel list.
Right, mention the gorillas again. You're doing the hard sell on me. What's your best-selling trip?
Our best-selling trip is the Great Orangutan Project. We started that about 9 years ago, I think, and it kind of was the first project that we started, and it's still, even now, it's still the most popular trip out there.
Yep, another one on my list. I'm really going to have to start saving my pennies. Have you been on any of your trips?
My primary role in the company is customer care and sales in the UK office, but my colleague Harriet is our project developer, so she's visited the majority of our projects to ensure they fit in with our ethos, and some of our projects are actually designed by Harriet here, and she runs them throughout the year. But I am actually in the process of planning a trip to Sri Lanka early next year, I'm thinking, to visit 2 of our projects there.
Cool. Mention you're going to go to the elephants one.
Yes, definitely. I can't help it if I could not go to that.
Yeah. Do you have any new projects planned for the next year or so?
Well, I just mentioned Harriet, our project developer, and she's always on the lookout for new projects. But like I said, we make sure that they fit into our ethos. So it kind of can take a little bit of time to develop them. We've been lucky enough already to work with some big names in conservation, and we're launching a project with the Jane Goodall Institute in South Africa, hopefully shortly. But yes, you never know what's going to happen next year, so just watch this space, I guess.
Okay, great. How can the listeners find out more about the Great Projects?
You can find out more on our website, which is www.thegreatprojects.com, or give us a ring on 0208 785 4987, which they'll probably end up talking to me or my colleague Ben. Or they could give us an email as well at info@thegreatprojects.com.
Okay, great. Thanks, Hannah. Thanks for your time.
Brilliant, no problem.
You can keep up to date with travel news and leave me a message at facebook.com/John Guinn Travel Show. As I said at the beginning, the volunteer holiday I had in Namibia was probably the best holiday I've ever had. I'm still connected to many people who I shared the experience with. I mean, there were ups and downs. Ups were working with all the animals. Downs, I was the only bloke with 30 women sharing 6 toilets and 6 showers. So I never got any hot water when it comes to a shower at the end of the day. But as I say, it was a great holiday and it makes a change and it really stands out amongst all your holidays. So much so, although it was 4 years ago, I still think it was like last year. If you've been on a volunteering holiday and you did enjoy it like what I did, please share your experiences at facebook.com/John Guinn Travel Show. Later in travel news, we've got a story about English beaches. And speaking about English beaches, English holidays, UK holidays. We can't all afford to jet off to long distance destinations such as Mauritius, which we'll be covering in a little while. So for those who stay at home, there's plenty of options, and one option is Parkdean Holiday Homes. And John Waterworth, who's the chief executive of Parkdean, is now going to talk about what his holiday parks have to offer. John, in a sentence, who are Parkdean?
Well, Parkdean are a UK-focused holiday park operator with 24 holiday parks right across the UK, 6 in Scotland, 1 in Great Yarmouth, and 2 in Wales. and the other 15 are across the south coast from Healing Island right down to the